Anyway, so let me begin by saying thank you to everyone who is here at the Artist Lounge presented by BLX. The Artist Lounge centers queer, Black, and brown artists. The lounge is intended to be a comfortable and affirming space for folks to express themselves artistically, whatever that means to them, regardless of artistic level. We recognize that everyone is an artist in their own way and may utilize their creativity differently. We encourage all kinds of art forms: thread work, leather tanning, collage, artist drawing and painting, and all kinds of journaling. Please feel free to work on whatever feels right for you. Intuitive-based creation is encouraged. There's no pressure to share what you are working on or to engage in conversation. But I have to say this, if you don't engage in conversation, you're gonna get all me. And nobody don't want that. So feel free to ask questions, bring up a topic, or you could just ramble on. We can talk about anything. As I said in the video, we can talk about anything: kink, BDSM, books, movies, or we don't have to talk at all, but we do not talk about politics. So that's just the way that rocks out. Also note that if we just want to sit here and be quiet and be like in a co-working space, that's fine too. If you're not an artist and you just want to hang out and be in community and listen to me ramble on about shit, you're welcome to do that as well. There are some house rules. Please respect folks' pronouns. Please allow grace. If a person makes a mistake using pronouns, that means me as well, right? If you do not have it displayed in your name, you may have to give someone grace if they don't know your pronouns. Be kind and courteous. Manners are important to me. You are not obligated to turn on your camera. You can change your view to speaker so that the person who is speaking is like highlighted. As I mentioned earlier, I record the introduction and the Q&A, and then after that, I turn off the recording. Thanks so much in advance for sharing space with us. BLX is committed in compensating Black and brown presenters and educators for their labor. We apply for grants and hopefully get it, because all I'm doing is begging white people for money. 2, we charge for some programming. And 3, we get money through our Patreon, which starts at $5 a month. So there's a $5 tier, and then there's like a $25 tier. At the end of the program, a survey, hopefully if I've done this right, will launch. Please take a moment to answer the 4 questions. And that's all I got about that. And with that, leave me alone. With that, I will turn it over to Oracle, he, him, for introductions. Go for it.
Hello, everyone. My name is Oracle. That's my preferred name. I do have my government name, and I will provide grace to Sir Raven when they call me by my government name, but it's okay.
If I call you Baba, I call you Baba too sometimes.
Yeah, you call me Baba a lot too, which is fine. I am an artist of many mediums. My current mediums are rhinestones and epoxy. So I've been doing some interesting things, and that's currently what I do. My background is in theater, primarily musical theater, and I am a playwright. I have performed on many stages, and I have been in a few movies, TV shows, and I just love art. And art, I feel, has always been the thing that saves me. I am a Leatherman as well, and I am a master in this household. And my husband / slave is also here. He's busy doing stuff that I told him to do. I guess that covers everything. I've been a Leatherman for well over 10 years. I did join a leather patch organization, and there I became a pledge master, and I did a couple of trainings for them, including a couple of pledge classes and associates, of which Sir Raven was one. Yeah, and I am an educator by profession. So it's interesting, the left and the right brain, how they work.
You're also a title holder, aren't you?
Oh, yes. I'm the current reigning Mr. Metro Cub.
What do you mean by cub? Explain, please.
Okay, so in the bear community, There's the bears, which are the big, tall, burly men, and then there are the shorter, burly men, and that's considered a cub. Usually, cubs are younger than the bears, but nowadays it's based on your age and your size and how you personally identify. The bear community is an amazing community. It's a community unlike any community I've experienced before. They're very cuddly and they just like cuddling and hugging each other all the time. They got some issues too, don't get me wrong. But it was a community that came as somebody who has struggled with body dysmorphia my whole life. Winning the title really helped me come to terms with a lot of that as well. I still struggle with body dysmorphia, and thank goodness that my husband is also big on helping me work through that as well. Mm-hmm.
He is a fantastic cook. So let's move on to the questions.
Yes.
The first one, and these are like just questions that I just think of. And if anybody else has questions, you can unmute yourself and ask questions as well. So the first question is, how did you come to this art form, and do you have other art forms you practice? Well, I think.
Oh, yes, thank you for that. I came across this years ago, actually. I did work in the theater and stuff like that, and also working with drag queens and working in fashion earlier on. I remember having to apply rhinestones to heels and wigs and all this other stuff. And that's how I first learned about rhinestones and rhinestone application. However, at the time they were using a glue that was causing me to get sick. So that's why I stepped away from that. And I missed it. And back then, you had to set rhinestones with tweezers. And my goodness, it was like by the time you were done with the garment or your fingers were all sore. As technology has progressed and as more glues have become available, that's how I'm coming back to it. Actually, this all started because my husband is obsessed with the Housewives. So we were watching the Housewives of Miami, and one of the ladies on it had a balloon cup. And I turned to my husband and he turned to me and said, "Oh my God, that shit is so dope. Are we allowed to curse or no?"
Go for it.
Okay, sorry. And then I
we
said,
are New Yorkers. New Yorkers, that's
yeah,
punctuation for us.
yeah, of course. It's our period. I told them, "Hey, that's really dope." And then I reached out to the housewife and I said, "Who made your cup?" And she gave me the person. And I reached out to the person and we brought our own. When we finally got it, my husband turned to me and says, "You can make this, can't you?" I said, "Yes, I can." And that's how it all began. And I've been making rhinestone stuff for almost 2 years.
Wow, really? It's been 2 years? And I have more questions, but of course, I have to show off my cup. My cup. This is my cup. This is my sign, my astrological sign. And then on the back, it says Master Raven Rules. It is, anyway. Let me put that back over there. And thank goodness, thank you, because that's a lot of liquid in there. And thank you.
You're welcome. Because when I asked you, because I normally gift to movers and shakers in the community. And I gifted to Liquid for their
the title run, yeah.
Yep. And I gifted to Apollonia for the work that they do with the LGBTQIA community in the Bronx. And then I told Liquid, I was like, "I'm gonna surprise Sir with a cup." And I said, "Oh, that's not gonna work because they don't like surprises." So that's when I reached out. I was like, "Look." And the first thing Sir tells me is, "Oh, I just want a small little cup." I was like, "Are you freaking kidding me? I know who you are and I know who your guardian angel is. We got to make it nice." And
it is really nice. Nice. I do like, because it looks like leopard, like around here. That is amazing. How it literally When I looked at it, I didn't even really see this part or this part. I really saw like the leopard part. And I was like, that looks like skin. That is,
Mhm.
you got skills. But anyway, and Shango thanks you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So my next question. What gets you excited about your art form?
I love when a client comes to me and says, these are the colors, this is the idea I'm going for, work your magic. That I love that. There are some clients that have been very specific, like, I wanted this specific color. I want you to write it this way. So those are great, but I really like when others are like, look, have fun with it and just do whatever you want. So
Mm,
those are my
mm,
favorite.
mm. How do you stay motivated?
It's hard to stay motivated, especially letting ours be an art. Yeah, agreed.
Mm-hmm.
What keeps me motivated? This is a very lonely, believe it or not, it's a very lonely craft. It's like you spend hours and hours blinging something by yourself, unless your husband does it with you. So then y'all are like blinging together, but you go into a zone and that's it. So you have to find the motivation within. Like I was sharing with Sir Raven before I joined, I recently lost my mom. And when I lost my mom, I just wanted to get rid of everything. And I did lose my motivation. And there are still days where it's hard, but then you turn to a project or you look at something and like, oh, I could do that. And that's how it all starts all over again. But a lot of it has to be self-motivated. And sometimes it's a struggle for me.
Mm-hmm. I'm an artist as well, and there are times where I struggle with doing art. I try to work or carry like a little, I make these little journals, like I
Mm-hmm.
right, and I make it with different papers. So I have some watercolor paper and some canvas or whatever, and I try to do some doodling or something to keep me motivated because I don't have the opportunity to go, I'm gonna go into my art studio this morning. Right, and then go to another room and like my art is there. So if I want to do art, sometimes I have to set my stuff up. And in having to have to set the stuff up already, for me, it can be a little bit difficult because I have to
Yeah.
get all of things opposed to walking in a room and feeling that inspiration sometimes that you feel when you walk into your space and something that catches your eye and that inspires
Mm-hmm.
you to do a thing. So I do understand you have to sometimes be really self-motivated. It
Yeah.
is, it is lonely. To say
Yeah,
the
it is.
least. If you would like, you can show us some of the things that you have. And if anybody has questions or if anybody
Yeah.
wants to talk about how they do art and or
Yep.
what gets them motivated, because sometimes you need to be in a space like this, which is what I do, have this space so that
Mm-hmm.
I can do some art. I can be motivated. Because sometimes you just need to
Mm-hmm.
be around other people who are artists.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. So I can show you
So
some of the things that we work on here. Like I said, we're working with glitter, epoxy, pouring epoxy, and also rhinestoning. So I can show you one project that I just finished.
that is amazing.
Thank you.
That is so beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Is that, oh, those teeth are nice. That's a commission piece for somebody.
No, I brought this rhinestone mix and then I said, oh my God, my husband used it on a crusher for one of our clients for a weed grinder. And then I said, wait a minute, that would look dope on a skull. And then I brought the skull and then I made it. And yeah, this one is available for sale. Just
Yes. Yes. That is
this I
beautiful.
made for my mother. May she rest in peace.
That is beautiful. Yeah,
And this
that is really
was on
nice.
top of her casket. Um,
Yep.
so this
do you prep is there like a prepping? I mean, I know epoxy, you have to mix two things together, right? But
Yep.
do you the the object that you're working on, do you have to like, I don't know.
Yes. For example, something like this, you have to sand it and then you put your glue on it. This is a regular glue. I use different glues depending on the substance and what it's used for. So I would use a two-part epoxy for a tumbler. Your tumbler has one of the strongest epoxies on the market. So there's no way that one of those rhinestones are going to fall off. But I do use that for that. But in terms of the epoxy resin, like for this there, also up for sale. This was a two-part epoxy, so I had to mix both parts A and part B.
Mm-hmm.
This one's getting ready to be shipped out. This was a client that wanted bling but couldn't afford bling, like a full bling cup.
Mm-hmm.
So we negotiated and she wanted Virgo on her cup. That's what she got.
That's nice.
Thank you.
When you do the epoxy, that looks like there's glitter. Do you put in glitter in the epoxy and then
Yes,
epoxy
I
it?
do.
You know what I mean? Oh,
Well, in this case, I put glitter on the cup and then I put epoxy above it. I'm still learning how to use epoxies, but
that's nice though.
thank you. And then this is the one that was on YouTube.
What is those little bears? Those bears are so cute.
This one, there was mommy, when mommy passed away, there was a glitter supplier. Her name is Myra Makes It, and she named one of her glitters Martha. Oh, thank you. This is Martha the glitter on a teddy bear. So when
That
my
is so
nieces
nice.
and nephews come over, they can hug on it and
Nice.
it could be their worry bear.
Yes, that
Mm-hmm.
is really nice. I
And
I know earlier you were showing me that we were talking about
jars.
the yeah.
These are the stash jars I'm gonna be releasing on the market really soon. Those are Austrian crystals.
Oh, really now?
We can't say that word anymore, so you have to say Austrian. You can't
Oh,
say the S word that ends with a
right.
C.
Yeah.
So, so that's that jar. And then this is the larger stash jar.
Oh, that is nice as well.
Mm-hmm.
And you put your stash in there?
Yep. That's what, and this can fit up to an ounce.
And then you do the grinders as well, don't you?
Yes. My husband is the grinder person. So hold on, let me grab a grinder from him. And we also do keychains.
Oh, that's cute. Really?
Mhm. We do Splarkl keychains. We have a whole bunch of stuff that we make. Oh, Studioz.com. We have this as well.
What is this?
This is
It's
a
perfume?
it's for perfume or for people who indulge in cannabis. They can put their cannabolish in here.
Oh,
Uh, and we have this in pink. Crystal.
nice. At first, when I saw those, I thought those were lipstick cases. I don't wear
Mm-hmm.
lipstick. I don't even know why I thought lipstick.
These.
Nice.
Yeah. And then let me show you the crushers. And crushers, you
I
just,
guess I should call them crushers and not grinders because
yeah, we're gonna call it herbal crushers.
real crushers. That makes sense. I don't do that kind of leaf. But back in the day when dinosaurs roamed the earth, I did at one time. And that was a lot of fun. I just don't do it now. Mm. So we will also be, while we wait for Oracle to come back, have other
I'm
people
back.
come and do the artist lounge. So keep an eye out for that.
Yes. This one is interesting. This was done by my husband.
Nice. Mm.
Isn't he good? He says
You've
that
taught
he
him
has a great teacher, but I don't know who his teacher was.
well.
This is
Oh,
for
that's
people
nice
who
as
like
well.
leopard,
Mhm.
the trans,
Nice.
pride flag, and just the regular blue one.
That's nice.
Yes. He's currently working on one with a rose for one of ours.
Nice.
And we also have ashtrays, maple leaf ashtrays. Mm-hmm. I
Mm.
have to be busy because if not, I lose my mind. I'm ADHD, so I need to keep
Always
myself busy.
have your
Yes,
hands moving.
yes.
I see.
Hmm.
Okay. If there's anything else you'd like to say about your art form or show us anything else, we have a few more minutes. I'm gonna stop the recording so that if shenanigans happen, it's not recorded.
My husband's on his way. He's gonna bring me some water so I can show you that tumbler, and then we'll get to once you finish recording. I guess we'll start blinging.
How do you get, so let me ask the question. Because I said that this looks like fur, it looks like, God damn it, that's so nice. So nice. How do you get the pattern to, I know you are an artist, right? But do you do this freehand, these kinds of things?
Sure. So if you look at your tumbler, the red and the white is one stone, and then under it is the vinyl where the leopard skin is.
Yeah.
That's vinyl that I then covered with transparent stones.
Okay. Well, this is intense.
Mhm.
And then you put the pattern and then
I cut the decal kit and then I blung it out.
oh, okay. I see.
This is what the vinyl looked like before I cut it and I put it on.
To start, oh, this is
Mhm,
amazing. Aren't you just
mhm,
creative? Look at that.
mhm. And of course, I
Oh,
had the whole bear collection. I can show you those as well, since we have.
yeah.
This is one of my favorite because it flagged yellow.
Ah, mhm. Is it a flagging thing for real?
In my mind, it is. Imagine you walking through the eagle with this.
Yes. Yes.
You'll have a nice collection by the time you're done with the eagle on the second.
Yes, you were right.
And of course,
Oh, that's nice. That looks like a hanky.
it is. It is.
Oh,
It's a red
that's a
hanky that I put on a tumbler. And then there's this one.
Oh, look, is that the stuff that's on the top?
Yeah.
Oh, that is adorable. That is so Bronx.
Yep, that's why I like this one because I was like, I want an urban bear. I don't want the traditional cutesy bear. I want an urban bear. And these are all up for sale as well.
They're all on your website.
These are not on the website. You just contact me and we'll.
Oh, that's nice too. Is that a knife? Is that a switchblade? Oh,
And um,
okay. It tells you where my mind went.
of
I like
course,
sharp and pointy things.
of course. I'm so disturbed that Kiki Medical no longer exists.
Ah,
Oh, this is the traditional bear,
uh,
bear
that's nice
bride,
though.
and then this one is the blue.
Oh,
And those
adorable.
were painted on with, this is all painted on, glitter
Mhm.
and paint, and then the vinyl strips.
Nice.
Mhm.
Mm.
So if anybody wants them, just hit me up. Whoops, I'm sure they're gonna show all of my socials.
Yes, I will put all of that.
Ow.
Well, on Instagram. I don't know if I can put the link on. I can try it. But okay, at this point, I'm going to stop the recording. Thank you. I really appreciate you volunteering to come on and share yourself with us on this Sunday.
Mhm.
Let me stop the recording.